because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
What's up, whoever jumped in? Sorry about the wind. AC's out, so I'm having to use a fan.
From the gun, it's Haskins. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Cowboys have recovered. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still,
he was
when you
down.
got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we got to take the ball.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. They run with Hunt. And the ball is knocked out.
Kareem Hunt, the ball carrier.
All right, let me try to figure out something with this fan so it's not so bad.
But a teammate comes along and scoops it up.
Is that a little bit better? Here,
come baseball. Guys in
forward a little bit.
people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
I don't know. Let's try this. That'll work.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
On the coverage.
This is Hunt on the draw play. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week.
My player is just coming off a major injury. So the purpose of this game is to ensure that he can come back.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching.
And I already completed the 350 yards
Well, this game was decided a while ago.
that I needed to do to
artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Intended for Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Haskins. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On the coverage.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50, 30,
Get off the field.
20, 10, 5. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been... Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error... I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Now they have a 1st down and more. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 35 yards. And the Cowboys capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So
welcome.
But now you actually have to go out and prove it.
If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I do all sorts of games, just not sports games.
Just a little pass there, call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason.
Trying to get a few trophies for this one that I don't have.
But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now Haskins on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the deep.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Completes to Kareem Hunt. A fumble on
I don't know about you, but I can hear.
I'm trying to get the Hall of Fame trophy and make it on the first ballot.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Also played Killing Floor, Zombies.
And it took the ball off course. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that will be incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Possession
2 first downs.
Going back to the Cowboys. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout.
Oh, shit. Man, that man held on harder than a cowboy at a rodeo.
You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
It's Elliott. Sheds another.
Laters.
Take it the distance. The 20. And they are going to score again.
Screw the 2 first downs. That mofo hold on like that.
Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately,
Still no interceptions against Washington, which is crazy.
He'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Yeah, they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Oh, there we go. Ah, oh well.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. A look in Washington as they come onto the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. That one is caught by Hunt. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Always got to go with the Cowboys, you know.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with
Been a fan for a long time.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what they have to do all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
All right, so we're gonna go.
The Dallas defense.
Let's go cover 4. We'll do pass, spread, blitz.
They did what they needed to do.
And right now, I'm just cupping my hand to my ear and listening to the approval that they're getting from.
And there's my interception.
Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He'll return it from the 6. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They keep on the ground with Elliott. No, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
You couldn't ask for a better start to the season than this one. And don't want to put too much stock in it, but a Week 1 win really in the return for a quarterback that they weren't sure would ever get back to what he once was.
And you and I both know there's going to be a lot of debate about whether or not he was looking better today than he has in the past. But what's not up for debate, they won the game. And in the process, I do think he made a lot of people question whether or not he'd be able to come back as a starter. Look just a little bit foolish.
That'll do it for us for Charles.
I was pleased with how I played.
Hello, Lieutenant Munchies. This is G.
I really believed we had a decent chance of turning the season around. It's funny that such a short and simple conversation can be such a turning point. But in retrospect, we probably had already reached a turning point by then.
today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's 2nd down. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded right around the 8. Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the kicking.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Dolphins, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
24-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit. Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up a...
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. .45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to take it past the 20.